guys, my name's Phil. It's another Random Tuesday. This week I thought I'd talk about how to fake that kind of Motown-y double drummer feel with your playing. Just an interesting thing to think about. The idea being to take two different grooves played by two different people and write them both down and see where they overlap. Take two different drum patterns. For instance, this one. This one. And put them together and end up with something that sounds like this one. How I do this, how I approach this, is to write the two grooves down and only accent places where both parts are played. For instance, the first pattern had quarter notes on the snare drum, but the second pattern only had a backbeat. The snare drum was only played on beats 2 and 4. When you go to put the two patterns together, you end up with an unaccented beat on 1, an accented beat on 2, unaccented on 3, and accented on 4. The bass drum part for the first groove has hits on 1, the end of 3, and the end of 4. Right? Whereas the second groove, and 1, and 3, and 1, and 3, that classic bossa nova pattern. So when you put them together, you end up with an accented hit on beats 1 and the end of 4. Right, which gives it that nice boom bam, bam bam, that funk one drop that James Brown made so huge later, you know, in the 70s. You know, you think of all that stuff, boom, ba da 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 boom, da jacka jacka boom, ga boom boom. It actually is probably where it came from, to be honest with you, because with both drummers both playing the bass drum on 1 or the and 1. It was really emphasized in a lot of Motown stuff. Yeah, there's hi-hats on both parts, but for the purposes of kind of making it sound not super hi-hat heavy, I didn't accent all of those, even though they're all lining up on both parts and they should technically be accented, just using my own system here that I was talking about earlier. Between the two parts, the only accented bits you get for the snare drum and the bass drum, you get 1, 2, 4, boom, boom, cut, cut, boom, boom, cut, cut, boom, boom, cut. Right? And everything else is the unaccented beats in between. The beats 1 and 3 on the snare drum and 3 and on the bass drum are unaccented. They're not ghost notes per se, but they're just kind of there. They're just, don't hit them hard. It works for all kinds of different things as well. Anytime there's kind of a double drumming part on a tune that you have to cover, approach it from this place. Like always, if you like what I'm doing, like, subscribe, tell everybody you know, tell your friends, tell your periodontist. I don't know why I keep coming back to periodontists. Maybe tell your accountant, tell your dad's accountant, tell your mom's accountant, tell your accountant's accountant. What I'm doing, you never know, he, she, they, it, whatever. Could be a drummer as well. Yeah. That's all for now, and I promise in future videos I will stop looking at the screen instead, and I will look at your face more. Your beautiful, beautiful faces. And your ugly one. You know who you are. Ugly one. See you next Tuesday.